and it is one that you will not love to miss because he is a veteran sports journalist in Ghana. He is a husband, he is a big brother, he is a mentor, he is a CEO, and there's only one person I'm talking about, the brain behind the All Star Festival. Great to have you, my boss.
Good to see you, Victor. Thank you for the time. Thank you for having us.
I mean, first of all, I know you are very, very tight because of the preparations for the 2024 All Star Festival, and I sincerely want to express my gratitude for making time out of your busy schedule to be on the show today.
We also want to thank you for the opportunity. The airtime is critical because it allows us to propagate what we're doing. It allows us to promote our event. So we don't take it for granted that the TV stations and the radio stations, the newspapers, the online platforms give us airtime, to talk about what it is we're doing. So we're grateful. We thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, let's just wade into the conversation. All Star Festival 2022, 2023, and it's now 2024. Simply for a layperson who is watching us, how did this idea all come about?
We thought that our the idea is to focus on footballers who play football locally and with clubs in Europe. I have to speak louder. The idea is to focus on our footballers who play locally and with foreign with clubs in Europe, in Asia, and in North America, because mainly these are the places our players play football. So these guys have careers that inspire different people, the young people, old people, middle-aged people. So to us, they are stars. And for people who are doing some sports business, football business to be precise, we can always create events around these stars, create events around their careers, their time, the sacrifices they make. And that is what gave birth to the All-Star Festival, which primarily is an event that brings together these footballers as the focal point. But there are other stakeholders across governance, politics, entertainment, trade, business, traditional authority, name them. So that when they get together, what we know these boys to do is playing football. So they will be engaged in a ceremonial yet competitive football match at a location we choose. And then as part of it, there are other activities like, so for instance, if we're going to Tamale this year, there will be cultural traditional display so that the people of Tamale, their culture, etc. will come to the fore. There are young men and women who will be going to Tamale for the first time in their lives as part of the traveling party or the contingent that will be going. So they will experience these things. So it's our mini Africa Cup of Nations or World Cup of some sort. There's the education part of this event. We call it the Sports Business Series. The idea is to have conversations that deepen sports business in general. Also, we involve people in academia, people in practice, people in, how do you call that, decision making, or what you call policy, so that we have conversations in that regard. So you have a Deba, which showcases the tradition of the area. You have the Sports Business Series, which is like a seminar that discusses how we can improve sports as a business. Then you have the football match, which often climaxes all of the things we're doing. But there's also an opportunity to create a trade fair of some sort where traders, business people will be able to showcase their wares, and the patrons can also go and buy. And there are a number of unique things about Tamale we're going. Fortunately for us, it will be a festive period that week. Because of the Eid and all of that. So we're looking forward to a big party. So if you ask how the All-Star Festival came about, this is it, that an opportunity to put at the center or in focus what these footballers mean to us, and how we can generate activities around their brands, their activities, their careers, their sacrifices, and their names, etc.
Doug, I think the last time you mentioned some of these players, and when you automatically close your eyes, you can talk about several players that hail from this part of Ghana.
Yeah.
Mubarak Wakaso, Andre Jordan, and I had the privilege of joining you. I mean, thanks to you again, to Andre's side, and the kind of excitement and euphoria they expressed about this year's 2024 All-Star Festival. I mean, for me, as a young man, I was a bit taken aback because Mubarak Wakaso explicitly said he'll be there. We spoke to Andre, who was very blunt about it. He was like, this is his festival. What's really has been the conversation around some of these players up to this?
Again, we're trying to create something unique. We have had sports festivals in the history of this country. I mean, when I started out doing journalism many years ago, we had the CESA Games. It was a massive period because it brought together young men, women, officials, name them, in the security service. They got together for a number of days and it was massive. We had the school games, the intercorp at senior high school level. It was massive. I don't know its fate today. And when we have the Africa Cup of Nations, we last hosted that in 2008. You see what it does for the people. Ivory Coast hosted a few weeks ago. So sports festivals are often a coming together of stakeholders who are in that business of sports. And that is what we're trying to create for the All-Star Festival. So these players who are like the catalyst appreciate this time, because the basis of all of this is that community engagement, that opportunity they have to interact with the people who support them, the people whose hearts they break when the results don't go well, the people they make happy when results go well. You know? Because if the games are competitive games, like the next time these guys get together to play competitive games, first week of June, will be World Cup qualifiers.
Sure.
Understand a double header against Central African Republic and Mali also. Those are very serious games, 3-pointers that you can't do much about but to focus and play. But they are on holidays, away from the 9-10 months long period training and playing football. They have the time to spend 3 weeks, 1 month with family, with friends, to relax. This is the time we speak to them, to also make a little of that time to interact, to engage with the community. And they are pleased with this. They love this. This is what we say to them. There's nothing commercial at this point about this, because yes, this thing costs a lot of money. So when we have airtime like this, etc., we always call for sponsors to help us with it. We know it's business for us, but we're building a unique brand. We know we need time to position it, to put it at that level where you have investors say, okay, we believe in this and do it. You know, but what gets the players excited about this whole thing is that opportunity to interact with the people who support them, the fans who support them. And for us, this is the secret of the All-Star Festival.
Well, very, very interesting narrative by Dr. Ernest Koranteng. And also, we were in Sunyani during the 2023 All-Star Festival, and you saw the kind of passing from the people on the streets, all the way from Bechem to, I mean, all the places, right from the arrival of the players. Doc, would you say that this has impacted a bit those other North to be expectant for this year's All-Star Festival?
Obviously, we know that this can only get better. You can see the videos yourself. We believe that a time cometh where cities, regions will bid or will get into a bidding war for this one. You see, if you do not know your history, then you struggle to say some of these things. But you go back to how major competitions, major sports festivals started the world over. Whether it's the European Cup in 1960, whether it is the Africa Cup of Nations in 1957, whether it's the Copa America in 1912 or 1920 thereabout, whether it is the World Cup in 1930. The first few editions are often handed over to people to do, and then after some time you see people get into a bidding war just to win the bid to host the competition, and we believe the All-Star Festival will get to that point. The decision to go to Bronga Hafo was influenced by the narratives we generated, Bronga Hafo's contribution to football, and the fact that this team as a collective had never been there the way we took them. Then we had to make a decision to go to Tamale. Tamale has been expectant without a doubt. Like we say with all these major competitions, the next one is always the best. So the event we're going to do in Tamale, of course, will be the best of the three we have done so far. Just look at the crowd, look at the numbers, look at the people in Bronga Hafo. And Tamale, we believe, will deliver an even better event when the opportunity is given to them, just like we're working towards that. We have a little over 35, 34 days or so to the event. They are looking forward to it, they're excited about it, and we can't help but to prepare the best possible way to take this event to Tamale.
I mean, very, very great sight to behold in case you are watching from your homes. And I mean, that is even the Domahini.
You were there, so you know everything.
Yeah, I mean,
about what
I was
happened.
there, so I really, really understand some of these videos that are playing.
And look at it in the bus. Look at the people. We're going to the how do you call that? The palace. Here they are in the bus. And the unique thing is, in Bronga Hafo, we did a select side from the Premier League, Division 1, Division 2 league teams. And on the orders of the captain, Andre Ayew, they sat on the same bus. Bechem United's owner, Kingsley Uswe-Chan, we all call him Agama, provided the bus, and they sat on the bus, and this is the day. But look at the numbers. It was raining, but the people turned out in their numbers just to spend time with these guys. And there you have Domahini and the players looking well dressed. And this year we're expecting that it will be better. We had our international guest Avram Grant joining us last year, as you can see. This year, God willing, we're working on another to join us. So generally, we've been steadily building something that should outlive us, something whose legacy will be massive, massive, massive going forward. So it humbles us. I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at the pictures now, and it tells us the amount of work that went into the last edition of the All-Star Festival. Is humbling.
Certainly, it should be humbling because, I mean, it was a very rainy day, but yet we were able to get out there and then put a lot of smiles on the faces of the people in the Bronga Hafo region. In fact, you needed to be there from everywhere. I mean, they thronged to the this particular park, the Nana Ajimabedu Park, to have a sight of this big game. But Doc, let's move a bit further to this year's All-Star Festival game. You started with a global tour. I mean, what has been the impact of that tour?
We did God is always giving us ideas to improve our franchise. So last year we did the global engagement tour on the back of what was seemingly a good festival outing for us in Bronga Hafo. The idea for the global engagement tour was to touch base with the players, formally invite them, engage with them, tell them more about the All-Star Festival. For those who joined us, to say thank you to them. For those who could not join us, to sell the idea to them, to say to them that, guys, this is what we've been trying to do. So if you are planning your holidays for June, can you please include the All-Star Festival for 2 or 3 days at a yet to be named location, and were received well. That is impacting heavily on the players we're getting this year. We have new crop coming through. Some of the players who joined us for the first and second edition will be there, God willing. We have some new ones who will join. There's always the focus, like we did with Bronga Hafu. There's always the focus to put attention on the players who are from that part of the country. So Bronga Hafu, for instance, you remember when we did Fatal Safiu and Felix Afinajan and all the guys. And then this year in Tamale, we've been trying to engage with the boys from that part of the country, Mubarak Wakasu. Andre and Jordan are not necessarily from Tamale, but from the northern region. Okay. And their father began to, as it were, I'm looking for the word, he began to nourish his livelihood as a footballer in Tamale, specifically when he went to Ghana and also when he played with RTU. So they have this attachment to Tamale and to the northern region, so they look forward to it. Fortunately for us, there are others who have been supporting us, even with their comments across social network, from Abdul Majid Waris, who is an iconic personality from that part of the country. We've also had Abdulaziz, who plays with Ruav, and then easily one of Ghana's best local players to make the move abroad, David Abagna Sandan. Yeah. This guy is so good, he could play in any team in the world, even Real Madrid or my club Milan. He can play in any team. Very good. Very humble Such guy. A good player. David Abagna, he plays with Petrokub. He just won the league with Petrokub, with Nanaya Aposa and Abalora and those guys there in Moldova. So he's one of our big stars coming through. And we also have Fatal Ishaku, who has been the man of the moment for a long time now, undoubtedly Ghana's the brightest prospect anywhere in Europe this season, with everything he did with Leicester. And it's what makes his story even more instructive is because he struggled so much with club football at Sporting. He couldn't get the games. Then he transfers to Leicester. And then the drama of Leicester almost losing out of automatic qualification back to elite football. And then for whatever reason, he gets the goals, important goals and assists, and then they do it. So Fatal Ishaku has also been supporting this greatly. So generally you look at it and you say, it's been good. We look forward to all these boys from that part of the country leading the charge together with the boys who are from other parts of the country who will be experiencing Tamale for the first time.
Well, we'll talk about money aspect, but before we move to talk about money and sponsorship and the rest, let's do a bit. One ordinary thing you've added to the All-Star Festival this year has been the community football gala. Yes. And I think that when you watch across social media platforms, it's been generating so much conversation. I mean, it's a big feat. Congratulations to you in the first place. How did that?
It's a game changer for us. Again, God gave us the idea in our deliberations, our conversations. Tamale is a big place for football, and the communities are often competing amongst themselves. So we thought that, okay, so we can put this together in an improved way, because they play their community games already. So let's put it together in an improved way, brand it well, get the whole community to look forward to not the usual things that you play in a gala competition and you win and in the end you get the bragging rights. But this one, there are some perks. So the perks include players, up to 3 players will get the opportunity to make it into the Northern Stars team, which is a select side that will take on the All-Star team. So what is more motivating than that?
I mean, facing the big boys.
Facing the big boys, being in the hotel with them, enjoying, just like we did with the All-Star team, the BNA Stars team. That's Hafiz Konkoni, who joined us last year. So all the guys from Brekum, Chelsea, Bechem United, Bofa Kwatano, name them, they were all with us. And this year we're going to have players join us from Real Tamale United, Karela United, some of the clubs from Division 1 and Division 2 who will make up what you call the, how am I call it, the Northern Stars. Okay, so the players who are playing now in the community football gala, have every right to aspire to make that top 3, okay, to be part of the team. Then every game also produces man of the match. There's a cash prize and some product. It is so nice. It is so nice. The games are played across 4 different venues, like your AFCON type of thing. Because often the gala competitions are played at one venue, but at least from when we started match day 1, match day 2 in the group stages, games have been played across 4 different venues. Also, the teams have been divided into groups. So each team plays a minimum of 3 games to stand the chance of qualifying to the quarterfinal, just like the AFCON was until the numbers increased to 24 teams. So there's a lot of uniqueness about what we've been trying to do, and it appears to be going well. The community football gala competition is galvanized the communities, the 16 communities in Tamale and Greater Tamale. Is gotten them talking from when we started on the 4th of May up until today. It's been great. It's been great, and we look forward to doing more. The games will continue until the final on the 22nd. The final, I understand, will be a precursor, like what you call the, how do you call that? The curtain raiser to the All-Star game involving the All-Star team versus the Northern Stars team. So we seem to be doing some things right, but we still have a lot to do to improve the franchise.
I think one of the difficulties we had last time out has to do with a lot of support, especially from the host region, where we had so many promises, but at the end of the day, it has to come back to the BAC office to try and then marshal finances to this time around. How has it been?
Not too different a story. And if you are not careful, you get discouraged and say, okay, we're going to discontinue this. But you see, almost everyone we speak to, whether they are individuals, whether they are groups, whether they are organizations, they all tell you, we're in love with this. They tell you, we love this. And there are people who have made suggestions to improve the product, improve it in different ways. We take the feedback, we try to improve. But when it comes to injecting money into it, then we have challenges. We say this because we pray that we get more by way of support. But without a doubt, this year appears to be an improvement on last year. So already we have had some corporate bodies, some individuals, groups signing up to support us in different ways. With your permission, I'll mention a few of them who are like partners. So fortunately, we have a kit manufacturer who is sponsoring our kit needs. It's such a blessing. So we have Strike, which used to which worked for a long time as a kit partner for Asante Kotoko, providing us kits for this. Recently, we just signed Dominion Kits Manufacturing Company as our official match ball partner. It's so beautiful. We have law firms that are helping us with all of the legal requirements for this, because this involves player rights, image rights, etc. So Edfield's attorney and De Medeiros and Associates are helping us. I want to say a big thank you to them. It's such a blessing. We also have Swad International Restaurant and Bar, located at the heart of Tamale. McCarthy and his team, they also run Hopping Academy, who are helping us as one of our main sponsors as we speak. We've had Twellium Ghana Limited providing drinks, energy drinks, water to the community teams for the community football gala. And then we have Mini Plus that's providing chairs and canopies, etc. We've also had Apsonic also provide some canopies. So we have different partners. Source One is also supporting us with this year's event. So generally you look at it and you say there are companies, including Mariam Hotel, I have to mention.
And in fact, if you have forgotten, I would have remembered.
Mariam Hotel, Ebo and his team have been amazing, been supportive of everything we're doing, and we look forward to more. Yes, we need the resources to make this possible. We want to thank all the people, the individuals, groups, and organizations that have been supporting us, and we use the opportunity to appeal for more because we need the assistance, we need the support. But the biggest of thanks will go to the footballers because they get together, they play for free. It's crazy. They play for free and they sacrifice their time. They don't have time when they are playing. When they come into town, they have few days to look at their projects, spend time with their family, with their communities, and now they have to take 2-3 days away to spend away from everyone else they are close to. So these things are great. And then the Football Association in Tamale have been great, led by Alaji Raizo. They've been remarkable. They formed the local organizing team. They've been amazing, from Osman Zakaria to Mugis to name them Patience to Ismail to all the guys. They've been amazing. The work the local organizing team is doing in Tamale is unbelievable. They've pushed the bar so high that, God willing, wherever we go with the All-Star Festival in the future, the LOT will have big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill.
Wow, we're quite emotional because I've been part of this All-Star Festival 2023, and you in fact you understand it if you were right in the center of it. But Doc,
that is why we always encourage people to join us and experience this. The media, you were there. This is the first edition. The videos on your screen from the first edition. And then we pushed it notches higher in the second. You look at the progress we made between first and second edition and you say it could only be God and a lot of hard work. You look at the jerseys they were wearing, you look at the filming, you look at the people, the attendance, and then you compare it to what we did for the second edition and you say, come on. We can only be grateful to God.
It's a very great pleasure having Dr. Ernest Koranteng on the Sports Hub. Telling us more about the All-Star Festival 2024. The countdown is already on. We have less than 40 days to go in the Northern Region's capital, Tamale. But it is a festival that is not restricted to any capital city. It can be a small corner. Once we are bringing the big boys to that particular town, anything can happen. So you could be the next destination anywhere, Winneba, South Pond, anywhere, Volta region, you could be the next. Doc, are there tickets?
Yes, of course, tickets will be sold for this event. Those decisions are yet to be made by the LOT, led by Alaji Raizo. So we're focusing more on getting the pre-event things ready. And I'm sure things like ticketing and all of that will be taken care of by the team up north.
Yeah, Doc, before I leave, I beg leave of you. Last year, I think we had a lunch in Accra, but this year, is there a change to it? Are we having a lunch?
We did the official lunch was done in Sian, if you remember. Yeah. Then we did the media soiree in Accra.
Media, yeah.
Yes, so we've done the lunch with the official lunch was done on the 2nd of May, was it?
Yeah, I think
and we have to do the media soiree that will bring Accra media together. The plans are in place, but we need the resources to make it happen. So we pray that between now and next week when we want to do this, the resources will come. That Focus TV, you play the jingles for us, you play the players promo for us, from Abagna to Isahaku to Andre to Jordan to Edmond to all of them. You know, the legends who are speaking. When I was talking about the activities for the All-Star, I forgot to mention the Legends Night, which for us is the emotive part of all of this. You saw the legends there, from Jato to Mohamed Gago, that's the chief of Tamale, Mohamed Gago to Abukari Damba to Masoud Didi Dramani to Mohamed Cho. Listen, they were there. On the night we do the Legends Night, God willing, you will see how we will honor these legends for the contributions they made to football, to sports in general in the country. We will not have the Wakasus and the Ishakus today if we didn't have the Mohamed Chos, if we didn't have the Didi Dramanis, if we didn't have someone like Mohamed Gago, a trailblazer, someone who made a big difference many years ago. I mean, the guy who would open the floodgates for Ghanaian players playing big time football in European clubs and major European leagues. So we look forward to that night when we can spend time with them, play back their stories, wow them, make them feel that we never ever take for granted the contributions they have made. But all of this will be made possible when we get the support. And you are doing your part, Focus TV. Continue to support us, push the promos, play them. Let's get sponsors to come on board. It is not late, it's more than 30 days to the time. We're still open, we're still receiving whatever support we can get from anyone, individuals, groups, organizations, to make this possible. I believe that when this event becomes a permanent fixture and is stronger, is better, like the World Cup, like the Africa Cup of Nations, we will not be sitting here and making appeals. Rather,
Certainly.
With 1 month or 2 months to the time of the event, we can tell you this international star is coming. One of the reasons we can't even announce our international star at the moment is because we've not firmed up issues of travel and all of that. But we believe the future is bright.
No, I mean, we are almost caught up with time, and it's a bit. But any guess as to whether? I mean, I heard you mention that there are lots of African players who are playing the finals of the Europa League, and it's just is that a suggestion that we're going to have one of them? I mean,
I only said that you look at our storylines for selecting our
Certainly.
international star. The first year was Frank Kessie in 2022. He had inspired Milan to win the league for the first time in 11 seasons. Frank Kessie will go on to inspire Ivory Coast to win the Africa Cup of Nations for the first time since 2015. We all saw it back home a few weeks ago. Then the following year, Avram Grant came. The reason we brought Avram was one. The reasons were, okay, one, Avram had gone to Zambia, which had not qualified to the Cup of Nations, more than 4 editions. He picked them and qualified them. We also needed to remind him that we appreciated everything he did for us during his 2.5-year stint with us, where he took us to the Africa Cup of Nations final in 2015 February, after all the issues we had in Brazil 2014 FIFA World Cup. Then also took us to the semi-final of the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations. If ever we took those achievements for granted, since he left 2017, we have not crossed the round of 16 stage of the Africa Cup of Nations. In fact, we've played in 3 Cup of Nations. We played in 2019, were kicked out in the round of 16. 2021 played in 2022 group stage, and then the 2023 edition played in 2024, were knocked out in the group stage as well. You know, so you go back and you say, he did something. So that also influenced our decision to bring him. So I made a simple analogy that you look at the storylines in football this year and say, what storylines do we have in football involving African players? And I'll narrate, make it easier for you. It's European Cup season, Copa America Cup season, Copa America season. So it will be difficult to get the European stars or the South American stars. So it is possible we do an African star.
Okay.
But you look at the big stories in Europe, and then you can make the decision yourself. Or you can make the guess yourself. Who is likely to come?
All right, that is how we. Doc, any final words to anybody? I think one person you've left out is Mr. Nelson.
Frank Nelson Iwokolo, of course, he's our godfather, who continues to support us in ways we can't, invaluable ways we can't even mention, because we won't finish. So we want to thank Frank Nelson Iwokolo. He is my father. Father to the business, the BAC Group, and everything we do, and also many others who continue to support us. My brother Simon Annan, and my people, my people from different parts of the world. We can also go without mentioning our staff, the BAC Group. From Jim to Vincent to Nanayao to Hefziba to Eddie, yourself, Dennis, TK, Ikuya, all the people who have played diverse roles, Benson Senyo, I call him DJ, and the guys we worked with in Bronga Hafo, from Amu to the FA chairman of the region at the time, Ralph Jambra, and then the people who supported us from, what's the name of the Usbet Hotel, the Sun City Hotel, Chairman Ransford Entry and his team. We know there are outstandings, but we believe we'll clear them. The Domahini, of course, he may not have come through with his promise, but we don't take for granted everything he did for us. We pray for long life and resources for him, so that one day he will remember and honor us as we honored him. Then to the players, led by Andrea, who is captain of the Ghana team, whose career has seen a massive turnaround in Le Havre, in French Le Championnat. His brother Jordan Wakasu, Benechampon, Aziz Tete, name them, Richard Atta, Samuel Safo, Maldini, name them. All these guys, Awal Mohammed, and we had massive support from Godfrey Donsa last year as well, and all the guys who traveled down with us to the northern part of Ghana, Bonga Hafu to be precise. Apologies if I left out anybody, but we've had great support from a lot of individuals, groups, organizations. We don't take that for granted, and we look forward to more, so that we can do more.
All right, thank you, Doc. I mean, it's been exciting having Dr. Ernest Koranteng on the Sports Hub tonight here on Focus TV. He shared a lot regarding the All-Star Festival 2024 that will be happening in Tamale, and we are eagerly looking forward to that exciting package that the BAC Group always offers us in the year. Anytime it is the month of June, and so I also entreat you to keep following the BAC Group on all their social media platforms, and I think Doc will quickly come through.
Yes, well, I think our platforms are the BAC Group, the BAC Sports. The BAC Group across our social media platforms. It's also easier to check us out on our website, www.thebacsports.com. The BAC Sports is spelled THEBAC Sports with S at the end, .com. If you check us out on our website, you'll find us. BACgroup.org also works. We're doing some maintenance, but the BAC Sports platform is active. When you get on any of the social media platforms and you type the BAC Group, the BAC Group or the BAC Sports, you'll find us.
All right, yeah. So make sure you follow the handle of the BAC Groups, and you'll be updated with all that is happening in regards to the 2024 All-Star Festival. And just stay with Focus TV, because we are going to bring you all the updates regarding this particular entertaining, festive period, off-season festive period to be precise. as far as football entertainment is concerned. My name is Kwa Victor. That is how I'm going to wrap up on today's interview with Dr. Ernest Koranteng, who will come back to the studio after the All-Star Festival as we share in those great moments that Tamale would have presented to us. For now, we make a quick turn. When we return, the big interview with Jennifer Kankam, the young lady who is making the routers in the Egyptian Women's Premier League. We'll be up with James Ohimba Makion. Don't go anywhere.